Supreme Leader!
Ah, Nadal!
We are just months away from refining weapons-grade uranium, and we are set to test the missile next week.
It is too round on the top. It needs to be pointy.
This will put a smile on the faces of the enemy. They will think that it is a huge robot's dildo flying towards them.
No, Supreme Leader, the shape of the missile top has nothing to do with aerodynamics. It is about the payload delivery.
Indulge me. For 1 second, pretend that I'm an idiot
Okay, I'm there.
and explain to me how this bomb will not land and then literally bounce right back and blow up Wadia.
Supreme Leader, let me explain to you.
You've lost me.
Believe me, sir, if I could make the device even a little more pointy, I would, but I simply cannot.
Okay. You know what? Let's just agree to disagree, my friend.
Okay.
What? Why? No!
Welcome back. While I've been away, I've been stacking up on scuba diving certs, and I've reached what is arguably the highest level of recreational diving, rescue diver. I also recorded some footage underwater during my advanced open water course, which was tough to color correct, but the biggest highlight of this dive was seeing one of the local giant Pacific octopuses, Alright, so... Yeah, what's up? What's good?
They gave us an extra Whopper before we went to Burger King, and I'm stuck, so.
I'll take it. Octopus. Oh my god. I didn't get the chance to record during my altitude dives when the water was way clearer, but a friend of mine got some great candid photos during our dives. Aside from scuba diving, I can now say that I'm done with my capstone project. Finishing this project was a nightmare. Previously, I had stated that soldering to the magnets directly was a solution to our problem. It absolutely was not, and I can explain. You see, soldering requires an iron to heat up a low melting temperature metal that will hold the wire in place. So just imagine electrically conductive hot glue. And magnets?
Magnets, how do they work?
Well, any metal that contains iron, specifically ferrous metals, can be made into a magnet. Keeping it stupidly simple, after heating a ferrous metal, its poles can be aligned by exposing it to a magnetic field, usually induced by electricity. The strength of this new magnet can then be increased by exposing it to a stronger magnetic field. On the other hand, if you heat up a magnet, it will lose its polarity. So to make sure my magnets stayed magnetic, I needed to be quick with my soldering. After proving that my electronics concept could function, the team began to document the steps of how to reproduce the project from scratch. At the same time, we were also verifying that the components could complete their task in their near final form, before finally producing all of the components to assemble the finished project. I got real creative with the commercial for my project, as I was under the impression that it would be posted online, but I have no idea if it ever saw the light of a web page, so I decided to tack it in here as I think it deserves some recognition. Have you ever felt like an afterthought? That was for you. We see you. As part of Space's multi-sensory escape room, the Ikigai machine, we designed and created a physical representation of a chapter and turned it into a puzzle. The following scenes are some of the sounds and sights encountered during our work.
Wrong key. Light does not turn on. Correct key. Light turns on.
Join us in a challenge that welcomes all. I tried to make sure the commercial provided a similar experience for both sight and sound, so go back and give it a listen with headphones and your eyes closed, or watch it with the video muted. Unfortunately, they dropped the website requirement for the expo. Who's they, bro? Like, I emailed the person in charge of organizing the engineering capstone projects. What do you mean they? Who's they? You are the person in charge of the... Alright, whatever. So what's next? Well, I left off by saying that Medley Episode 2 was partly done, but I decided to save any talk of firearm physics for a new series I want to start soon. I made this decision when I encountered a roadblock of trying to estimate the amount of energy released from the chemical reaction of smokeless powder in a 5.56 cartridge. Though the amount of powder used in a cartridge is stated by manufacturers, the exact shape and composition of a casing's propellant alters the reaction. And this composition just so happens to be trade secrets, so I called it a day and went back to focusing on my capstone project. I revisited firearm physics when a buddy of mine and I got into a conversation about a newer cartridge, 338 ARC, and how it is allegedly comparable or better than 300 Blackout. The conversation led me to a question of wondering how important twist rate of a barrel's rifling is on a projectile. And after some more overthinking, I came up with an equation to estimate the time it takes for a projectile to leave the barrel for the purpose of calculating the angular velocity. From my math, less than 2% of the total energy is angular. I know that my math is wrong somewhere, but I stopped once again to focus back on the capstone project. And now that the project is over with, I need to find my own projects. From the 5 years that it took to become a mechanical engineer, I've learned a lot and hope to share what I can through projects of my own on this channel. But until then, thank you for watching Great Bits. I'm It Scrapes, and welcome to the Grapevine.